The narrative commences with a duo ascending a precipitous mountain face, deeply engrossed in a rock-climbing endeavor. Yet the woman Sasha repeatedly falters at the identical point, unable to surmount it irrespective of her numerous attempts. Observing her exertion, her husband Tommy suggests they conclude for the day. The weather is poised to shift, and the ascent is becoming excessively perilous. But Sasha demurs. She maintains they can attain the summit in merely an hour. She informs him she is compelled to accomplish this today, come what may. Tommy unequivocally declines. Instead, they erect their tent precisely there on the mountain's flank. Outside, the tempest only intensifies. Tommy confides in her that he no longer wishes to relentlessly pursue these daring feats. He brings to her remembrance an ancient adage. Fortune is akin to any other item one carries up the mountain. Eventually, it will be depleted. Sasha retorts sharply, inquiring why he is uttering this now. Midway up the mountain, she is incandescent. Due to the storm, the pair commences their descent, intending to return and complete the climb once the atmospheric conditions improve. But abruptly, a rock slide detaches above them. Tommy urges Sasha to descend swiftly. Sasha promptly lowers herself just as a cascade of rocks tumbles down. Now it is Sasha imploring Tommy to quickly come down, but an enormous rock smashes directly into him, dislodging him from the wall. Sasha grips Tommy's rope with all her might. However, Tommy has already lost consciousness, and the weight is unbearable. She cannot maintain her hold. The rope slips, and Tommy plummets to his demise. The narrative then advances 5 months to Australia. Sasha carries Tommy's fortuitous compass as she makes her way toward a secluded national park. A park ranger cautions her against entering alone. He informs her that individuals frequently become disoriented in these woods and remain lost. Subsequently, Sasha pauses at a service station to acquire some provisions. Inside the establishment, a cluster of rugged-looking men observe her. Concurrently, another man named Ben enters the store. One of the men commences bothering Sasha, uttering vulgar remarks. The men begin discussing the prospect of serving as her guide through the park. Ben ultimately interjects, stating, "I think she is okay." The men retreat and depart the store. As Sasha exits, she turns to Ben and requests guidance to Grand Alneros, as her GPS is malfunctioning. Ben provides her with the itinerary, but then he tenders a recommendation. He advises her to commence her journey from Blackstone Bay instead. She will discover the most breathtaking camping spot there, a somewhat concealed gem nestled right by the coastline. He also forewarns her that it can become challenging, and most people undertake it in pairs. Yet Sasha embarks on her solo expedition regardless. Later, as she pulls over near a river's edge to repose, the same boorish men from the service station unexpectedly arrive in their trucks. They start proffering her beer. Their hunting dogs rush directly toward her. The men had been hunting and had secured a deer. They continue to gaze at her intently. She expeditiously proceeds to her van and enters it. One of the men approaches and raps on her window, attempting to coax her out, but Sasha remains utterly motionless and silent. The men linger there for an extended period. Sasha just reposes calmly in her van, patiently enduring the wait. The following day, Sasha launches her kayak onto the river and commences navigating through tumultuous rapids. The billows surge around her, potent and swift. Yet Sasha relishes every moment of it. She maneuvers through constricted, slender passages, propelling herself deeper into the untamed expanse. Eventually, she arrives at an unusual locale along the trajectory, a spot adorned with photographs of various individuals. It appears to be some sort of commemorative site. Sasha settles down there and her thoughts meander back to Tommy. She pitches her tent right there. But upon waking, she discerns someone stirring outside. Sasha emerges from the tent to inspect and comprehends her bag is missing. As she retreats back inside the tent to scrutinize again, a serpent is coiled within. Sasha seizes her kayak and propels herself back onto the river. That is when she discerns another vessel moored nearby. Intrigued to ascertain who else is present in this untamed region, Sasha paddles over to investigate. Someone has evidently been residing here. There is even an ember glowing. She calls out, "Hello, hello!" And there by the riverbank, she encounters Ben. He approaches her and informs her, "This is Blackstone Bay. A splendid place, isn't it?" Sasha communicates to him that someone pilfered her belongings, and her phone was within the bag as well. Ben jests that it is the wombats. They're constantly sending messages with their diminutive paws. Then Ben states, "The fortunate news is I invariably pack double what I require. I'm more than pleased to outfit you." Ben urges her to remain and dine with him. He produces in Ben's beef jerky out here, the identical variety Sasha had made an attempt the previous night. He named the label after his mother. He also has pristine water drawn directly from a tree. Sasha pauses for a moment, then sips it. Ben informs her he frequents this spot. He is not even a native Australian. He arrived with his mother when he was merely a child. He inquires how long she's been kayaking. Sasha responds, "I engage in a variety of activities." Ben retorts, "Mostly mountains, correct?" Sasha declares, "I am finished with mountains." Ben posits, "Allow me to surmise. You parted ways, and your boyfriend retained the mountains while you acquired the rivers." The words strike Sasha profoundly. Ben swiftly apologizes for tearing up. Then Sasha confides in him about the prior evening. She recounts, "Those men approached her camp, and they were harassing me and intimidating me." Ben remarks, "But you managed them flawlessly." That is when it dawns on her. Ben was present. He had been observing. He considered that perhaps Sasha could have used assistance, but she never required it. Suddenly, Sasha realizes Ben's motives aren't kind. She informs him she's departing, but Ben blocks her. In his grasp is Sasha's wrist chain. He is the individual who took her belongings. Ben returns her satchel to her. Then he takes out a crossbow and a loudspeaker and informs her, "I've replenished your food and gear to make things fair. You've until the very finish of this track to flee as far from me as you're able." Sasha dashes away, and Ben simply remains there enjoying the rhythm. Sasha scrambles into her small boat and pushes away. Exactly as the track finishes, Ben begins pursuing her. Sasha rows her small boat as swiftly as she can, but ahead there is a cascade. The boat flips over, and Sasha is compelled to abandon it. Her boat drifts off down the stream. All she has remaining is her satchel. Sasha hauls herself out of the river. As she is sprinting through the forest, she perceives voices in the distance. Sasha trails the noise, but the voices are originating from a video playing on a mobile phone. Ben placed the phone there. He starts shooting with his crossbow. Sasha flees in the opposite direction. Ben keeps launching bolt after bolt. He is aiming from higher ground, firing downward at her. One bolt hits her satchel and she loses her footing, falling directly into the river. The current is fierce and rapid. Sasha gets carried along until she reaches a calm canyon where the water finally decelerates. She pulls herself back onto dry ground. There is a bolt wound in her limb and the phone in her bag is now broken. Sasha rummages through her bag and consumes a protein bar. She also discovers pepper spray inside. Then she resumes sprinting. She arrives at a tight stone passage, but there is no path ahead. So Sasha begins scaling, hoisting herself up the rock wall. She reaches the summit. She takes out her field glasses and locates Ben's vessel down below. He is already advancing through the forest, moving directly toward her. When Sasha peers again, Ben has noticed her too. Sasha conceals herself right beneath the identical rock she just climbed. Ben keeps looking, attempting to locate her, but he fails to find her. Once Ben eventually moves on, Sasha climbs back upward and continues moving. She starts dashing as fast as she can. She pulls out her field glasses again and finds Ben. This time he is leisurely washing in the river, totally relaxed. Sasha slips into the water and silently swims toward his vessel. But as she is loosening the vessel, her foot gets trapped in one of Ben's animal traps. Ben hears it and rushes at her. He seizes Sasha and drags her toward him, but Sasha sprays pepper spray directly into his face. Ben doubles over, flushing his eyes in the water. Then he points his crossbow straight at her and orders her to discard the pepper spray. After she throws it away, Ben opens the animal trap and frees her leg. Sasha asks him, "Are you engaging in a contest?" Ben says it is a tradition. He binds Sasha to a tree. Then he returns and pulls the ropes even tighter, instructing her to notify him when the suffering becomes intolerable. The following day, he loads her into the boat and departs down the river. Ben tells her, "I obtained your name from the visitor registry and conducted a little search." Ben already knows everything about what occurred with Tommy. He states Tommy was highly skilled, so this event doesn't truly add up. While he is speaking, Sasha is quietly attempting to grab a metal hook lying near her foot. Ben asks her, "What about the burial ceremony? Was it warm or chilly?" Sasha says his body was burned to ash. Ben figures it out. Sasha is here to scatter Tommy's remains. Tommy was from Australia. Just then, Sasha reaches for the iron hook, but Ben catches her and hurls her off the boat. Sasha is still tied to the boat by a rope, so she gets pulled behind it. Ben steers the boat directly into the most violent rapids. Sasha is yanked along behind, sinking again and again, suffocating in the fierce current. Ben drags her deep into the forest. He tells her to put on a safety strap because they must descend from here. The two of them go down together. This is one of Ben's hidden spots. As they go deeper, Sasha starts to choke from a dreadful odor. Ahead of them, corpses are suspended in the open. Ben tells her there are native tribes that claim to capture the essence of your quarry. You must eat its liver. The Carter family from that earlier recording is hanging here dead. The dried meat strips Ben sells are made from these human bodies. And now his next kill is going to be Sasha. Ben plans to consume her liver and imprison her spirit. Ben asks her, "Do you believe I have an issue?" Sasha responds, "I believe people injured you and they committed wicked acts against you, and I am deeply sorry those events occurred to you." In reply, Ben draws back his lips and shows her his genuine teeth filed down to sharp points like a creature's. Then he suddenly races off and vanishes. Sasha calls out after him. Ben rushes back right away. He pulls her over and hangs her up like the others. He shows her his homemade salt liquid, which is an ideal meat softener. Sasha asks him about the picture next to his sleeping place. It is Ben's mother. Ben says she was highly unique because she was the initial one. Now she remains forever with me. I intend to keep you with me too. Sasha bites his ear forcefully. The wire holding her up breaks loose. She tries to flee, but Ben plunges into the water right after her. He grabs onto a piece of the wire and fastens it to his own harness. Together, they both go falling over the waterfall. The brutal current nearly knocks Ben senseless. Their wire catches on a fallen tree. Sasha tries to separate herself from Ben, but to do it, she must free the wire from the tree trunk and climb back above the water. Sasha grabs a rock, planning to crush it against Ben's skull, but the water level is too high, and she cannot swing it with enough force. She attempts to break the wire with the rock instead, but Ben starts waking up. Sasha pushes Ben underwater, trying to drown him, but Ben fights back. He grips Sasha by the throat and begins strangling her. Then suddenly Ben stops. It gives Sasha the opportunity she needs. She seizes a rock and brings it down on Ben's leg, shattering it. Ben looks down and sees that the bone in his leg is totally smashed. Both of them, severely wounded, lie there the entire night. Sasha breaks the quiet and says, "You must have one hell of a tooth doctor, or did you consume him too?" Then Sasha starts talking about Tommy. She says, "When he fell, he was pulling both of us off the mountain. I had to release him. I'll never know whether he was still alive or not. I was only there because he was there, and he no longer wanted to be there. But I didn't pay attention." The next morning, Sasha is gazing up at a huge cliff face in front of them. The other route around would require 12 days, and Ben cannot survive that long with his injury. So Sasha decides to climb the cliff, and the two of them must do it together. It is a paired climb. Sasha cannot make it up alone. She tells him that they will climb jointly. She says, "I am going to instruct you how to tie a knot with some of that to create a support for your good leg. It's called a diaper harness, which is the sole way to get you up there. Without it, you'll perish right where you lie." Sasha tells him to remove her restraints so she can assist him. Ben consents. He says, "When you get us to the peak, I'll release you. But if you attempt to drop me, then I will tear you off that wall." He fastens himself to Sasha and cautions her, "Don't you dare touch this harness." Sasha climbs up first to secure a rope into the rock so Ben can use it to haul himself up behind her. But the moment she reaches for her own harness, Ben yanks her back down. He warns her not even to consider pulling something. Sasha tells him she was merely adjusting it. She starts climbing again, slowly and cautiously. Ben follows behind her. As they climb, he asks her about Tommy's fall. He says, "Did it appear as though he was soaring?" Sasha does not reply. She just keeps climbing. Higher up, there is a small, overhanging ledge of rock. From the opposite side of it, Ben will not be able to see her clearly. Sasha exploits this and quietly ties one rope to a small tree growing out of the rock face. But before she can untie the second rope, Ben starts pulling her down, shouting, "What are you doing? You promised we'd climb together." Sasha barely manages to grip the rock and maintain her position. As Ben pulls harder, her harness comes detached. She is freed from him. She unties the rope from the tree and lets Ben fall straight down to his end. But her struggle is not finished yet. Now she must complete the climb entirely alone with no harness, no tools, nothing. It is not simple. Her foot slips and suddenly she is holding on by only her hands. Sasha somehow keeps climbing, battling through every inch of the rock face. She pushes onward, declining to surrender, and that resolve is what carries her all the way to the top. She collapses there, finally allowing herself to breathe. Sasha stands back up and keeps moving. That night, a car pulls up beside her on the road. The people inside give her a ride back to her vehicle. Sasha drives directly to the Wildlife Refuge office, where the pictures of the lost Carter family are still displayed on the wall. She tells them, "I know where these missing individuals are." The police recover all of the bodies, and that is where the account ends. Hope you relish the explanation. Don't forget to leave a remark letting us know your opinion.